welcome to Vlogtober 2025. Thank you for joining me. Today I'm going to be sorting out my autumn decorations and putting them up. I've gone down with a lurgy. As you can hear, I sound a bit husky. I thought I'd missed it. My husband had it, two of my children had it, and I thought, great, I've missed it. A couple of weeks later, I've got it. I've succumbed, so I'm full of a cold and everything. So I do sound a little bit under the weather. I will be having an early night tonight. I'll be dosing myself up and having a hot water bowl and just go to bed early because I've got work tomorrow. But we are soldiering on. We're soldiering on. So forgive the voice. But it's October, so I'm going to get my decorations out. I haven't been decorating my house for very long. It wasn't something we did when I was a kid, this decorating for autumn and Easter and everything. It didn't happen when I was a kid. And when my children were younger, I just sort of decorated the house with their artwork and stuff and their art projects and all that sort of thing. So I've only actually been collecting things to decorate my house for a few years. So I thought I'd share with you what I've got, and then later on I'll show you when I've put them up. I don't have a lot of extra money to spend on things like this, so I try and be quite frugal with it and try and get a little bit creative. So my favourite decoration is this one, Hello Autumn, and of course it's got pine cones on it. Look at that, it's got all the leaves. I love autumn. I love all the different colours. I love the fact that it's getting cooler and you can sort of snuggle up by the fire with your hot water bottle and all the rest of it. I love autumn. Excuse me. I found this in the range a few years ago and I think it was $3.99. I'm not sure because it was a few years ago now, but I just loved it. And I'll put it up now and it'll stay up until I put up my Christmas decorations. So yes, Hello Autumn. Absolutely love that. The other thing I found in the range, that was the first thing I got, and then a year later I went in and I found these wooden pumpkins. I really like these. I've been on at my husband for years and years and years about wanting him to make me something like this to hang up in the kitchen. And then he never got around to it. I don't think I ever really managed to explain exactly what I wanted him to do. And then I saw these in the range. They were £1.29. And I said, that's it. That's exactly what I want you to make me. And he said, well, for £1.29, just buy it already made because it'll cost me more in electric to try and cut it out for you. So I got two of these. I think he was supposed to paint them or something, but I just really like them as they were. They're a little bit dusty because obviously they've been put away in the cupboards for the last year, so I will give them a little bit of a wipe before I put them up. I'd had a go of making my own wreath. It's not that great, but it was one of my first attempts. It's coming apart a little bit. I'll have to glue gun it maybe. I'm not sure if I'm going to put this up or not. But I did try and make this little wreath. I got all the bits from the works. Every time there's a sale on in the works with autumnal decorations, I tend to pick them up for like pence in the sales. And then I had a little bit of a stockpile. And I had this wreath ring spare. So I did try and put together a little bit of a sort of autumn wreath, and it has got some little hedgehogs, some little squirrels on there. I'm not firing on all cylinders, I'm afraid, so my brain's not working. So I've got some little squirrels on it. I might change it a bit. The dog, of course, is making noises in the other room because I can't come in. So I've got this, so I might put that up, I might not, I haven't decided, or I might sort of put it up at a later date when I've had a chance and I'm feeling a little bit better, and I might sort of change it around a bit and add some more things. Oh, and I got this off Amazon a couple of years ago. It just made me laugh. I just happened to see it. Hello Autumn, with the little gonks and the coloured leaves and things, and I liked that. It was only a couple of pounds again in a sale, so I picked that up. I really wanted one of the big garlands that you see people have in their houses, but they were so much money that I decided to have a go at making my own. So what I did is I got some quite thick string and I plaited it. I got 3 strands and plaited it to make a thick base. And then I collected all the, I told you I bought sort of lots of these leaves and autumnal things in sales and stuff, so I had sort of like a bit of a craft box going on. So I joined them all together. I glued them onto the string. It started off really well because I had loads of different leaves and loads of different colours, and I started off, and as you can see it's all great and mixed, but then you come to the very end and I'd run out, and I just had the same colour. So at the end it's all just the same colour, but the rest of it is really colourful. And then I had some sunflowers and some of these berries, and again I say a big pumpkin. This sort of is in the middle, and I've just collected things over the years, and of course I had to put a couple of pine cones in there as well, and I've glued them all on, and I hang that up in my kitchen as my autumnal garland. There's a few artificial acorns on there and everything, and so I just had this box of stuff I collected over the years, so I just sort of made my own garland that I put up, and saved me a little bit of money, and it was quite fun to do. So that's something I'm going to put in my kitchen. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this. It's one of those things that I don't really like to use it scenario, but this was in the range as well, a different time, and it was reduced to 80p, and it's some autumnal ribbon, but I'm not quite sure what to do with it yet. I had used a little bit for something, but it was one of those things you don't like to use it because you don't like to spoil it, but when something comes up. There was another one as well, which was this one. Again, it was just 80p for the roll in the sale. One summer when I went in, it was in like a bargain basket, so I picked that up as well. So I don't know if I'm going to use that or what I'm going to do with that. So that's my main decorations. I did buy these candles earlier this year. One I bought with a pack, I bought with a voucher that I had given as a present. These are from Primark, they were £2.50, and aren't they absolutely gorgeous? They got pumpkins and leaves and pine cones on and everything. I like them so much, and at the time I was going to put them, I've got a candelabra I got given actually as a wedding present many years ago, but it was 3 holders, so it's like 3 candles, so I did go and treat myself to another pack. But then when I went and looked at my candelabra, it's got gold candles in it ready for Christmas, and they're really well wedged in, and I thought, do I want to disturb them and have to try and put them back in for Christmas? Excuse me. So I decided not to. I thought I would just leave that alone because it might be more trouble than it's worth. But I found these in the cupboard, and I've got 4 of them. Sort of things I keep. These are from desserts. They're actually from very expensive desserts, but they were on a yellow sticker. I think they were actually, my daughter had them and she bought them up, and they were yellow stickered, so she thought she'd try them. And they were desserts, and when you finish the dessert, they're in these like little dishes. So me being me, I kept the dishes instead of recycling them. I thought, well, they might come in handy. So I've got sort of 4 matching little dishes. So I am thinking of putting the candles in there. Maybe I could even put a bit of that ribbon around it. I'm not sure. So I'm going to have a go. I'm not going to get all this done today. So there might be like a part 2 of this when I actually show you all the stuff up. So because I was hoping to get a lot more things done, and then I succumbed to the bug, and I'm just not feeling it, to be honest. But, so there we are. So that is some of my decorations that I'm going to put up. I've also got my autumnal blanket out to go on my chair. So I don't know if you can see, this has got little hedgehogs on it. I haven't thought out this very well, have I? I'll have to pick the camera up maybe at the end and show you, but I had a pink blanket on here with flowers on for the summer, and for the winter now, if I move to one side, you see it's got little hedgehogs with hats and scarves on, and it's got little autumnal leaves and everything. So it's a really nice snuggly blanket, which I bring out for the autumn, as well as a few other things as well. So the other things I bring out for the autumn now, as I say, it's all a bit new for me, is I bring out these bowls as my fruit bowls. These I got from Morrison's. I got one year and one the following year. My daughter had gone in and she said, "Oh Mum, they've got these lovely Halloween bowls," and they were really cheap. I think they were something like $1.99. I can't quite remember because I got one about 3 years ago and then one 2 years ago, something like that. But I remember it was very well priced, and she'd bought one for herself, but there wasn't many left. So she picked up, I think it was this one for me, first of all. And then the following year they had them back in, so I got another one. So I've got my bananas in there. I'm waiting for them to turn a bit spotty because then I'm going to make a load of banana bread. So I got these actually, you can see, on clearance, 46p in the co-op. So I'm going to make some banana bread, but I'm using these as my fruit bowls. And this was some fruit. This is actually from my orchard. First year I've had proper pears. It's really nice. And apples. And we've even got some little russets this year. It's been an amazing year for fruit. We're quite high up here, so it's a bit hit and miss with our fruit. This year it's been great, so I keep picking it and bring it in the house, and I'm using these as my fruit bowls just for a bit more of an autumnal feel. I got given this Halloween basket as a boo basket last year, so I thought nearer to Halloween I might put this out and put a few snacks in it. Yeah, these I'm going to have out with my fruit, and this I think I'm going to wait till slightly close to Halloween and put some snacks out on the side with that, just because it'll be fun. Oh dear, I am coughing well. And last but by no means least, I get out my autumn mugs. You know what it's like with mugs, you end up stockpiling quite a lot and your cupboard gets so full. So I sort of rotate my mugs and bring them out seasonally. So I bring my Christmas mugs out at Christmas and some summery ones out at summer, you know, ones that have got flowers on. And I've got some autumnal ones. So I got these from B&M 2 years ago. Oh, I keep knocking my my candle things here. So this, it says warm and cozy, and it's got a little hedgehog on it. And I just love these. And then, of course, I've got a squirrel one with snuggle season. Sorry, I had to have a quick break then because I did succumb to a bit of a coughing fit. So these my daughter got me last year, and I think she got them from the range. And there's a squirrel and a hedgehog. Aren't those adorable? This absolutely gorgeous mug I got in my boo basket last year from a couple of my children, and it's just so autumnal colours. I love it. And then one of my daughters actually came to visit me a few weeks ago, and she said, "I saw this, I thought of you," and so she bought me a new autumn mug. Hello autumn. So that's my new mug for this year. So I've got those out now, ready to enjoy some nice drinks by the fire. And there we are, that is some of my autumnal stuff. I'm sorry the video has been a little bit higgledy-piggledy. I really wanted to start for the 1st of October, but as I say, I am a little bit under the weather, but I'm trying to power through. So I am going to try and put some of my decorations up now, but I might show you, I might do sort of a bit of an autumn decoration tour, if you like, another day, or I'll see how I feel a little bit later. I might add it to the end of this video. But thank you so much for watching. Hopefully things will get better here on in, and Vlogtober will go well for me, and I'll feel a lot better and I'll be a bit more with it. I hope you're having a great time with October now. I hope you're enjoying all the lovely autumnal stuff, watching all the leaves change colour, snuggling in front of the fire with hot drinks, putting up your autumnal decorations, and going for walks and feeling the sort of cooler breezes and hearing the crunch of leaves underneath your feet. I love it. I love autumn, and the main thing I like is watching the squirrels run around the trees, gathering all the nuts and things and squirreling them all away for a rainy day. So, oh, and my phone is pinging because you can't get away from anything these days, can you? Until next time, stay cozy.